that last video, I was standing here talking about the bamboo and how tall it got. And when I edited the video, you could hardly tell the difference in it. No doubt you can see it now. That's the same one. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Look how big it is down there now. In that last PSA, I indicated I had a bearing bad on that mower. I stuck it back together, and the following day, which would have been 2 days ago, I went around and I was trying to mow the entire thing in one go without stopping because it was like 27 degrees out, which is incredibly cool for here, and overcast all day. Even overcast and cool, I couldn't get it done. I got everything out around the ponds, everything out there mowed, and the other side of the bushes out there, and all I had left was right here around the house. I couldn't finish it. I had to stop, so I quit. So this morning I got up and I finished mowing everything around the house. And when I got done, I took that wheel off that mower, pulled the bearing out on this black plastic seal or whatever it is there. There's a number for the bearing. Got on Lazada, and they sell them for 47 baht a piece, which is whatever, $1.50 or something like that. So I ordered 3 of them. Figured I would change out both bearings now and then have one spare in case I need it. Well, when I took the wheel off, I didn't realize it, and it makes sense. I should have realized it, but I didn't even think about it the other day. But there's actually 2 bearings in each wheel, one inner, one outer. Same bearing. The other one on this same wheel is good, so it's not an issue. But I might just order a few more just to have them here because there's 4 of those bearings on that, if anybody's wondering. And as I said before, I know of at least 4 people that watch our videos that has that exact same mower. So that's why I put out some notices about how to service that thing once in a while when I have a problem. But anyhow, let's go walk around real quick. Last week, I ordered some more steel posts because I didn't have enough left to do this out here. But today, we went in and put these fence posts in all around us. We're going to put a temporary fence in during the dry season so the cows can't get to these trees, because last year she had trees out here and the cows ate all the damn things. So this year, we're going to fence them off, just a temporary fence. And then, depending on how mature the trees are next year, we may or may not do it again. But we need to get them big enough that if the cows do eat some of the lower leaves, it isn't going to hurt the trees. So this may happen again next year. I don't know yet, but we got the posts up. We're not going to put the fence up, though. We really wanted these up right now so that all these rice farmers and tractors and shit that go by aren't up here tearing this up, because last year they were parking right on top of the damn trees. And right as we were setting up to do that, 3 cars pulled up. Said, whatever, Canthalak Judicial District or something on the car or something, it was telling me. So she went over and talked to them, see what's going on. They told her that one of the kids associated with this piece of property here, which is probably the same one she dealt with when we bought this, because if you remember the story, there was a son and a daughter that were supposed to have these lands. Ran into some banking problems. We bought it from the bank, and she had to give that boy some money. for his kind of share of the buyout. We think it's the same guy, but they told her that he got into some drug trouble. He owes the state 800,000 baht, which that should be about the same size as this, which is 2 rye. That's more than the damn thing's worth. Because she asked him, what are you going to do with it? You going to auction it off? You want to sell it? What? Because if it was cheap enough, we'd buy it. I don't want it, but we would buy it if it was cheap enough. Make some money. But anyhow, he's in trouble. They're going to take it from him. That's what it sounds like. I'm undecided what I'm going to do with these bushes. You can see they don't do very well. And I don't know if it's because it's too much water during the wet season or just too much sun or what. Those few there aren't bad. The ones down the end aren't bad. So I'm not real sure what the problem is, but I'm actually considering, because it's such a mowing obstacle, as you can see, I'm actually considering just pulling them all out. I'd like to keep it in there because the plan was to have a nice, 6 foot tall hedgerow right along here, a row of shrubs to kind of segregate the nice part of the lawn from the shitty part. I wasn't going to care for this very well. I was going to maintain this over here. So I don't know. There might be a change coming over here next year or something. But while we're walking by here, let's take a look at our bamboo. I believe that might be the tallest one yet. As you can see, I got this done this morning. Just took the Aussie shovel. Thank you, Lyle. Feels awesome. Foot on it, push on it, no flex, no nothing. Good strong shovel, just like I was used to in the U.S. Thanks, Lyle, for hauling that from Australia. Just knocked a couple of flat spots along there, set those in there and backfill them with the dirt. This thing's got to get out of here now because it's in the way of there. And that I'll haul down, throw it with the other ones down there. I got that's for my fence, to hold my fence when I open it. So I painted that because if you remember, there was posts and shit here, so it's kind of a natural border, but now without the fence there, it's kind of hard to see that thing. I talked to Sompit about these posts. She said, yeah, she used these for dragon fruit. So I snapped those off, got rid of them. So all those new posts I put in here 6 months ago, ended up breaking every one of them off, throwing them away. Oh, well, it is what it is. Then I took my Aussie shovel and kind of scraped some high spots off the road, threw them in these holes to kind of fill them up. So I think this is good to go now. Should be plenty of room. Once I get a load of dirt in here and kind of fill this up, be a nice wide swing around there and back into there. Should be good. I do need to pack these in better because they're still pretty loose. When I get a load of dirt in here, I'll bring some of that dirt in and heap it up around these. I do need to keep that open through there, though, because that drain pipe there still comes out down in here somewhere, and I want to keep that open to keep the water from washing over the road and washing the road out. So I'm going to take my Aussie shovel over here. I made a little step to stand on to feed my fish, but it's not really big enough. It's not comfortable to stand on and turn around, so I'm going to open it up a little bit. And I want you all to remember back when we first dug this, and Sompit was going around throwing shit in the water, and I asked, why is she doing that? And everybody said, not everybody, a few people said, hey, that's good for the environment, it's good for the water, you need to do that. So I started doing it. When I did it on the video, I got chastised for it. I don't know, I wish you guys would make up my mind, but anyhow, I went around this morning and pulled out everything I could get my hands on. This was full of rice here. I scooped it out. I got all the banana leaves out except the ones in there. I still want them in there for some kind of shelter or cover for those koi. I will see if I can find something like maybe a piece of plywood or something small that I can throw in there as a shelter or shade and get those out of there, but I have not looked at it yet. And somebody commented about how I hung this up and how I anchor it, and I guess I did the whole thing wrong. Well, long story short, the water was too high to really get in there and do much with it, and I was kind of hurrying. Yes, there are loops on each bottom corner to hang weights on, but I didn't have any weights, and I don't have any. I got to come up with something, but it's working. I can tell you right now it's working because I lifted that out of there, and there's a meter of net down under the water yet. And all I did was throw a couple clay balls in there. But I will fix it up a little bit now that the water's down enough I can stand in there without it being over my head. Because where it's at right now, the water level, it's going to be about up to my chin. All right, so the point being, I'm going to find something, not today because I don't have anything here. I'd have done it already, but I'll find something to throw in there to float around so the koi can hide under it. But right now, I'm going to enlarge this step right here. All right, got that done. Now on our walk back, I was just in the house. I am within 4 months of turning 62, so I got online, applied for my Social Security. I'm on there 5 minutes. It's about a 20 to 30 minute process if you got all the information in front of you, like all your bank routing information, that stuff. I was on there 5 minutes. Notice popped up. Please save and close your work. This website will be shutting down for maintenance in 15 minutes. I stayed on another 10 minutes, got done what I could, and then I had to save and exit. So I didn't get that done, but it looks like it's going to be pretty straightforward and easy. And I bite my tongue when I say that because as soon as I say it, it'll be a problem. But I researched it ahead of time, so I knew everything I needed. I really don't foresee a problem. And for those of you not from the state, Social Security is something that we're required to pay into from every paycheck throughout our life. And your employer puts some in addition to what I put in. And this is for everybody. And they keep track of that. And then whatever 10 years you have your 10 highest incomes, Social Security incomes, they take those 10 years and they average them, and that's what they use. That 10-year average is what they use to determine how much your Social Security payments are going to be. I'm eligible as of my 62nd birthday, but to ensure there's no confusion or nothing, I pushed it back another month because you can't apply more than 4 months before your 62nd birthday. Well, I didn't want to do that in the middle of the month and possibly have them kick the whole thing back because, oh, you applied 2 days too early, or no, you can't do it that date because you have to wait till the following month. So I just did all that automatically because it's not like a crisis mode. It's just get the thing started so I know it's done with. Okay, so I said I ordered new knives. This is the replacement. Nice Browning box with a Browning logo, front and back. All right. Of course, like I said before, the biggest giveaway that it's not real is there's no etchings in the blade. Although it says Browning, a real Browning buck knife will have engraved right here. If you don't believe me, go look at their website. Besides that, I researched a little bit. 85% of the Browning knives are made in, was it Washington? Idaho. And they all come with a paperwork for a lifetime guarantee, right? Repair, not. And that's for defect, whatever. I'm not going to go over their warranty, but there's no paperwork, nothing with this. Throw it in the box. I did order another one, and it's about the same price, $5. But same thing. But honestly, other than the screws falling out of that other one, they seem like pretty good quality. Nice wood, nice metal. Now, I don't know if they'll rust or not. I haven't had them long enough because the other one got wet, but not very wet. Be interesting to see how long they last. So I also ordered the Torx wrenches. They're not wrenches. They're like screwdrivers with the Torx tip on it. I ordered those. Today's the 5th. That was on the 29th. So, what, a week ago? And they haven't shipped yet. I just messaged the seller and said, look, either ship the shit or cancel the order so I can get it from somewhere else. So the screwdrivers, Torx drivers haven't showed up yet. So I can't really do anything with the old one yet or test these. I did order Loctite. Got that here. Interesting thing I want to talk about here. All of you in the U.S. probably seen this before, right? Loctite. Well, guess what? Read it a little closer. And even right down here at the bottom, that little logo, it says lock TIFF. There's an F on the end instead of a T. You probably can't even see it, and I can barely see it with the bare eyes, but it's just crazy that they duplicate this stuff so real-like, but yet it's all fake. And those of you that were around a year and a half ago remember the SD card problem I went through. I couldn't get my for you that are new. I couldn't get my cameras to work. I put new SD cards in them. I kept ordering new SD cards, new SD cards, new SD cards. None of them would work. So I ordered new cameras. And then I finally figured out that the SD cards were bad because the new cameras wouldn't run them either. So I ordered SD cards direct from the SD card store, right? And guess what? It's all good now. So I have 2 brand new GoPro 10s still in the box laying in there because I bought 2 new cameras because I thought it was the Insta360s that went bad. Because I did have a problem with one SD card in them, and I'd kind of had problems with it before. So now I'm thinking that SD card was probably a fake that half-ass worked. But anyhow, when everything went to hell and I couldn't get anything to work, I bought 2 new cameras and I switched to GoPro, which I had before and I didn't care for. I really like these Insta360s. But anyhow, yeah, I ended up buying new cameras. I got them in there. But over here, when you order something, there's a good chance it's going to be fake. So be really diligent about looking at the details. On everything. And the biggest telltale is probably the price. I want to say a small original buck knife on their website was just the sheath to go over it was $20 for just the cover. The knives are well over $100. So anyhow, I did buy 2 of these, 1 of each one. They did have good ratings on them, and I would imagine they stole Loctite's formula, repackaged it. So I'm pretty sure the stuff will work. But this thing was like, I don't know, $50 or something. It's the morning after the remnants of that typhoon moved through. We never got, I got to bite my tongue when I say this. I'm going to say we never got a lot of rain, but it rained for, it's just a steady, light rain for 12, 16 hours. Something like that. So I was shocked to see how much these ponds raised. I think I did a video clip several days ago on this pond. But reality is I haven't picked up the camera for days. Haven't made a video for days. It just, I don't know, it just hasn't been in the cards. I just never felt like it, so I didn't do it. But I think again, I haven't looked at the clips because they're still on the camera because I haven't even loaded them on the computer. But the last time we looked at this water was clear down off the edges. The pots that she had hung on the edge were hanging in the air. Can't see the blue pipe. It may be underwater. I don't know. But if you recall, the water was at least, I don't know where it was when I got it on camera, but that pipe was more than a foot out of water. And it's halfway up the pipe now. Look at birds over there trying to eat her shrimp, I think. My koi, I come out yesterday in the rain to check on my koi. This water had raised so much that the far side of this net was underwater. So I had to come out here and shorten up the strings to get it up out of there. Now it was only under about that far for about 10 inches. Something may have got out or in, I don't know, but I don't think so because I never see these koi up top, and the koi is all I really care about. I never see them up on the top unless I feed. Once in a while, they'll come up and feed if I stand here and watch them long enough. But I still see a couple pieces of feed floating around in there from, quite a few actually, from when I fed them an hour ago. But there's only 7 in there, and if I throw a little capful in there, that puts about, I don't even know, probably 40 or 50 little pellets of food down there, which is more than they need. I don't know what I'm going to do with videos. I just haven't felt it lately, so I don't know. I may stop. I don't know. We'll see. But we did collect some sugar cane from the ceremony at the temple the other day, and I stuffed one in there, one here, one here, one here, one there, one there. So there'll be a big wall of her sugar cane here in a year. But right here between these bushes and trees and sugar cane, right here is where I plan on putting a dock in when this water gets down low enough, where I can get down in there and work. But yeah, I didn't think it had rained that much, but it sure changed the water level here. We even have water standing back in some of these fields now, because as some of you may recall, this here that's underwater is the old rice field here. So the water table had came back up to the point that the fields are flooded again. Not that it'll hurt anything, but these 2 fields here are not harvested yet. This is the one I talked about the courts came and looked at the other day, or I thought it was this one, but it's actually that one back there that the courts are looking at taking back. This property here is all the same family that we got this property from. That piece back there is one of the boys. This one up here is one of the girls, but he's the one that got in some kind of trouble with the courts and owes them 800,000 baht. So I don't know. They're going to take his land. This pond raised back up again. It's back up on the shelf. I mean, it's back up almost where it was for the whole rainy season. Another Aussie friend stopped by the other day, Daryl. He's been here before. His family's right here in Khun Han. So when he comes to town, we kind of meet up for lunch or something every time he comes through, or we have the last couple of years. But yeah, I think he's gone already. I know he is. He left back for Bangkok, I think yesterday. No, today. He leaves today. Yeah, because, yeah. But he'll be back in 3 months. There's another Aussie YouTube friend that came through here once. He's going to be back in a few months. He's getting married, so Daryl's coming back for that wedding. Quick update on our bamboo. Still growing. Haven't hardly worked on any projects at all. Of course, it rained for 36 hours straight, so that was part of it. Sampit was out here in the rain playing around. She put some plants in here and repotted some plants over there or whatever. She's over there monkeying around now. I don't know what she's up to. Nine's market tomorrow, so I'm going to go grab some more koi. Today, I think I'm going to grab my welder and drag it out here. I wanted to do it yesterday, but it was still had a light sprinkle in the afternoon. It was kind of blowing in under here. So I didn't want to get the welder wet, so I just decided to wait till today. But I'm going to drag the welder out here and weld some, I want to call them hooks on here to hang planters from. I did contact Dave from Lemon Farm, Thailand. I haven't seen a reply yet, though. I asked to get that information on getting those bees. So as soon as I get that, I'll get those ordered. I don't know what we're going to start with. I think Dave might even be selling them now. I'm not sure. If he is, that's fine. I'll get them from him. I don't care. Also, a couple days ago, I come out and I slopped some concrete in these holes. I actually pulled that brick that was here to use it to plug this hole. Well, it pulled this out when I did it. So I mixed a little extra concrete and took that block, stuck it in the hole, used it as a filler, and then just packed concrete in front of it and then patched up where I broke it out there. And then once the concrete's set up, yesterday I come back out with a saw and sawed that blue pipe off that was sticking out to about here. And that way I can easily get the mower up and down through here and get it around without any issues. I do need to get some more dirt on top of that pipe, though, so my mower doesn't hit it. These things aren't looking very healthy, but some of them are getting new sprouts, so hopefully they'll survive. I don't know what more I could do. I could maybe throw a little fertilizer. I fertilized them. I don't want to over-fertilize them. These don't look too bad here. These over here don't look very healthy. That one's pretty green. These That one don't look too good. I don't know. We'll just keep an eye on them. I'm considering taking this row out completely because they're not doing very well. I'm guessing it might be nutrients, so I'm going to try something before I give up on them. The reason I think that is because the leach field I put in starts right about here and goes right straight toward that pole behind those bushes on the end, because I know it's 13 meters long, but it stops right about here somewhere. The leach field does, so I think maybe as it angles across, it gets closer to here, these might be getting more water and nutrients. So I'm going to try fertilizing the hell out of these here and see if that helps. But if they don't straighten up and start looking good, I'm going to end up having to take all these out of here and get rid of them. I don't want to do that because I wanted that as a divider because I plan on stripping this all down here and putting that good grass in here. And that was kind of the cutoff breaker line, just a visual stop for the good grass and just leave that stuff go to hell out there. They're getting quite a few rice fields harvested. Probably within another week, we're going to have to end up putting that fence out here that we put the posts in for the other day. So far, it's worked good. We kept the trucks off our grass and our trees. We are a little bit concerned about somebody running into them in the dark, but most of the people that go through here at night are locals and they know the posts are here, so I think we're all right. And I should mention, some of the reason I haven't been on camera is A, it rained for 36 hours straight, but B, the last few days I've been online trying to get signed up for Social Security. There's a whole new step you have to go through that they just started this year since Doge, right? To verify everybody. Long story short, you have to pre-apply with an ID, a third-party ID company. To simplify it, you have to get ID verification through a third party for the Social Security service. So you have to get on, set up an account, tell them everything about yourself, commit to have documents available, and they literally have a person that gets on camera with you, looks at your face, looks at your documents to verify you are who you are and you are where you say you are. And once you get through that process and get verified that you're a real person and it's really you that are turning in the documents and it's you that's going to request Social Security, then you go to the Social Security website, fill out a whole bunch of questions and forms there. Not forms, but a lot of questions. And then once you get through that process, you submit all that to Social Security. That I got done yesterday. So now I'm just waiting to get approved. Once I get approved, then I can set up my banking information and get the direct deposit. I can apply up to 4 months prior to my 62nd birthday, which is in February. And I didn't want to muddy the waters with worrying about exact dates, so I waited till after November 1st and applied for first benefits in March. So my birthday is taken out of the equation. And, well, is it this month or last month? Or is it the 16th or the 18th or the 20th? I just took that birth date out of the equation and said, okay, by March, I'll be 62. So I don't have to worry about the exact deadline and when I apply. And anyhow, I just tried to take that potential obstacle out of the equation. Got all that done yesterday. Submitted with the Social Security. And now I'm just waiting for me to get approved. And then I just set up my banking deposit information. And that's it. I mean, I'm not worried about it because I know I'll get it set up eventually. And I'm not strapped for cash. So that isn't the issue, but my whole budget when I come over here was intended to be able to 100% live off Social Security, no problem. So if something happens to my investments and my other assets, I could just live off Social Security because, as you guys know, we borrowed no money for anything. We paid for everything. So with the solar, we almost have no bills. We've got our cell phones, our Wi-Fi, which is all the same company, so it's one bill. Insurance, which is our hugest cost. It is our most significant cost by far. Our power bill is almost nothing, so it's just food and cell phones, really, and insurance. So Social Security will full surpass that, but I'd like to be able to do local travel just on Social Security income, which we can, but then start using my backup funds for international travel. That's the plan. We'll see, but I didn't want to get too deep into any international plans or any commitments of any kind until I was sure I had the Social Security income coming in to ensure that I didn't have to use my other funds. I'm babbling, so shut up and get off here.